Well, they're talking about 150 billion total, 130 to 150. So I think it could be quite substantial, and the reasons are fairly sound. First of all, the volatility of the Chinese treasuries are about 1/6 of the volatility of U.S. government bonds. And second thing is there's a very significant decoupling in terms of hedging between the Chinese bond market and the global bond market. The problem is that there's a question among the heaviest users of the Russell index, which are the Japanese investors, about the convertibility of the yuan. What happens if there's a black swan event in China and suddenly there's a blow up, either a financial blow up or that affects people's views of the market, or the rates change? Then a lot of money is going to have to flow out, and China is not really prepared to deal with that. There may be some problems going ahead with the amount of capital going in. And the last point I'll make is that I find it very amusing that as a time of rising tensions with China and the rest of the world, so much capital is flooding into the country.
When you say that you don't think that China is necessarily prepared to be able to deal with an event that could lead to a mass outflow of funds, but would they be willing to let that happen, and would they therefore perhaps scramble pretty quickly to try and put a stop to it?
Well, they would have to let the funds go out. But what they probably would do, if there was a massive exodus of, say, $100 billion, something quite significant, which is unlikely but possible, they would probably come up with various rulings of why they have to delay the actual flow over a period of time to avoid having any significant impact on the domestic market in China. The problem with that is a lot of investors may not be too happy. So it's a risk for China for as they gradually include their financial system in the global financial system. It's a risk, which it reminds me a lot of what happened with the S-state reform back in the 90s under Zhu Rongji. It was a huge risk and caused a lot of problems internally, but they managed to figure that out. Now they're trying to do the same thing, only on global financial flows. So we'll see how that happens.